What up, gamers? We are back to Legacy for the first time in quite a few weeks. I will be casting Aether Vial on stream. Let me get those notifications out there. All right. Bam, bam, and there we go. Okay, sick. I'm here. Got my water bottle. We're good to go. Gonna wait a little bit for some people to show up, and then I'll talk about why my list looks the way it does right now, and where I could see things changing depending on how the metagame after the departure of Sowing Myco Spawn and Troll of Khazad-dûm. That sentence became a run-on, so I don't know what clause I was in, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. We'll see where the metagame goes. But I'll explain the couple of the honestly not that many changes I made to my list from the last time we were playing. But I will explain them regardless, and we will see how we do. Of course. The music. There we go. Good start. Good start, playlist. Okay. Wait a few more minutes. I'll go ahead and pay my entry fee in the meantime. No more Pauper right now. Let's go to Legacy League. Bam. All right, cool. And now we'll wait for Oh right. The Trophy League was has definitely not ended. Okay. It's been a rough season. It's been a rough couple of seasons for me, honestly. I can't remember the last time I got a trophy. There we go. Back here. Excuse me. Let me. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead. So, Sowing Myco Spawn and Troll of Khazad-dûm are gone. What does that mean? First, it means that the possibility of playing longer games without the presence of Sowing Myco Spawn might mean that more dedicated control decks can exist in Legacy again. We'll see if they do. We're only a couple days into this format, so we'll see how it goes. Troll of Khazad-dûm being banned means that my guess is that the tempo versions of Reanimator are basically dead. They might not be. We'll see. But just the way that I've been kind of framing it is that, like, I feel like the incentives to play a Reanimator deck that doesn't include Dark Ritual are a lot lower now than they were while Troll of Khazad-dûm was legal. So I suspect if people are going to be playing Reanimator, it's probably going to be Dark Ritual and Unmask, not Daze and Force of Will. So, um, with that said, the things that there's a couple like level 1 winners of this meta or of these bans. It's Moon Stompy, Nadu, and Oops All Spells. Um, Also, there's been a general increase in stock up decks, whether that's show and tell or there's the blue painter list that's been going around, things like that. Um, yeah, so about Thalia, I don't know if Thalia is a legacy playable Magic card. If you watched XJ Cloud stream on Tuesday, I'm going to be saying a lot of things that are pretty similar to what he said there because we were talking about it earlier this week. I don't know if Thalia is good. I just know that White Orchid Phantom without Eldrazi there, and especially if like Nadu decks are going to get more popular, White Orchid Phantom is like super stinky. It's okay against Breakfast Nadu specifically, but otherwise pretty terrible. And notably quite bad against like all of the stock up decks that are around. It's again okay against Blue Painter. Having extra answers for an Urza Saga is nice, but otherwise really not a card you want to be casting. It is a card. Thalia is a card you want to be casting against Oops All Spells. It's like it's not embarrassing against Nadu. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it doesn't do nothing. The main reason I have Thalia in is because I've only just from I haven't played any of this format yet, but just like watching streams, there are so many show and tell decks around right now. And Thalia, while not as good without like Rashada and Port, is pretty effective against those decks, particularly given how many of them are playing Omniscience. Um, and Omniscience is a stinky, stupid card that I hate, and it should go away. But one way to beat Omniscience is to just put a Thalia and play after they've tapped out, so that they can't actually cast any spells. And obviously, they could, for example, just cast an Emrakul from their hand. That is not as immediately a loss because of Solitude. So but yeah, it's good. It's it's a good 2-drop block piece to have against Oops. It's pretty good against all of the stock up show and tell decks. It's okay elsewhere, and gonna roll with it, see how it goes. My sideboard is pretty much unchanged. I think it might literally be unchanged. I also, because of the show and tell decks, I put one Containment Priest in the main deck over one of the Flicker Wisps, in addition to the 4 White Orchid Phantoms turning into 4 Thalias. If Thalia turns out to be bad, very well might. We'll see. This is a thing I think actually Claude said also. I am kind of more interested in just playing good 3-drops than I am like fighting over the like this 2-drop slot after you play Stoneforge and Orcish Bowmasters. If you're not playing like the Thalia list for Thalia Overlord, all the 2-drops fucking suck. They're all terrible. And I would almost rather just like suck up and like live with the fact that my curve is going to kind of be shit. And cut these Thalias for like another land. Maybe that land is actually like a witch enchanter. And just play more 3-drops that do stuff than like these 2-drops that probably will never do anything. It's definitely a hit to our Delver matchup if that's the direction that we go, but I would rather have my cards feel like they have like any application anywhere. So we'll see. Yeah, I think the land is either Witch Enchanter, or I could see playing like the 3rd Scrub land, maybe, if you're going up to 34 lands, something like that. And then other things you could play. I had some ideas on like some fun cards we could potentially play with those 4 slots gone, but I don't remember what they were off the top of my head. Yeah, I think that the main thing I'm not sure about my sideboard, it's the size is a little bit off, is I'm not sure about these Graph Digger's cages. I don't know if I really want 2 cages anymore if Reanimator isn't gonna be a big presence. I'm keeping that in here right now just so I'm, like, maxing out on oops cards as much as I can. Um, but I wouldn't be surprised if these cages turn into something else. But yeah, another reason I'm staying on the 3 Deafening Silence is because in addition to being a good card against Oops, it is also another good card against Omniscience for the same reason that Thalia is. Um, so we're gonna see how that goes, I guess. um, yeah. Yeah, we do absolutely need better 2 drops. But we're not gonna get those. So in the meantime, what do I do? You know, I think the answer might just be suck up or like deal with the fact that the curve sucks, but just play lands to accommodate it. Um, Cause man, I I'd rather do that than just play a 2 drop for the sake of it being a 2 drop, you know. Yeah, we can roll with this. Oh shit, I got GLHF'd. I'm dead. And they're duo queuing Vintage Cube. Oh man, I'm so dead. And they're F6ing. This is definitely oops. No, it's not oops, but it might be Black Red Reanimator. No. They are in fact playing Ocelot Pride midrange. Okay. Mm. I'm gonna play Caracas. If they have a wasteland, I'd rather they waste that. I'm just gonna hold up swords here. I'm probably just going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill it. Sure. Myco spawn is in fact Myco gone. Thank God I will never have to have that card cast against me in Legacy. I think I'm just gonna cast Lion Sash here. Yeah, and then I'm gonna Violin Stoneforge, probably for Phantom Blade, but it could also be for Cauldra. We'll see. Ooh, tapped land here is really nice for me. I'm gonna get Phantom Blade. I have 2 Stone Forges anyway, so I feel like yeah, nice. Let's go ahead and use this right away. I think this one will get a formal wear. Yeah, I'm gonna get a formal wear. And yeah, I guess now I just hold up Sash mana so I can block. Amped Raptor, you got it. They reveal another Amped Raptor. That's messed up. Well, they kind of have to pump this, which is going to be good for me in the long run, I think. It's 3-4. Yeah, you got it. All right, I will go ahead and eat some stuff. I'm going to keep this on 3 right now. So you're telling me I can scam a Solitude right now. Scam a Solitude pitching a Formal Wear. Yeah. Mm, right. Evoke on the stack first, then this. Get rid of that. Activate Vial. I know how First Strike works, so I will not be attacking. Cool. Staff of the Storyteller. You got it. And I believe this game is pretty much over. Actually, I should put that on, or no, the Spirit is flying also. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna put all my mana into it, whatever. I'm Yorioning next turn, so I don't think it's gonna matter. You got it. You can draw a card. A Johnny resolves. Yep. Cool. Let's get some paths in here. What do you know? Not a Thalia matchup. Crazy. Thalia is not terrible, notably. Like, it is a first strike blocker in this matchup could be valuable. Actually, I probably want Thalia over Therapies. I could bring in Flutes for a Johnny and Staff. That might be better than Thalia. It could also be better than, like, the Containment Priest. Maybe we do like this. Hello? Get out of here. Maybe something like that. I think this is sensible enough. Mir can't kill me yet. I've only cut one Thalia. I don't know about this one. I like this one. I don't want to get rid of the Recruiter. I could get rid of the Wasteland, maybe. I have three turns to draw my third lands. I guess it would have to be specifically a white source, unless I'm willing to take the risk of getting a scrub land with one of these. I think putting back a land here is honestly fine, though. Yeah, let's try it. We have a lot to do off of the 2 mana, which is nice, so. Okay. And even better. Do I want to swords this or do I want to Thoughtseize? I think I Thoughtseize now because there's going to be plenty of time to swords that later. I shouldn't say plenty of time. There will be time to do it. Now I don't think I swords the Guide of Souls, right? At least not yet. I don't want to deal with 2 Bombas, and I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of one of these because I'm probably gonna swords the other one. And I think I'm just not gonna cast my Stone Forge into the Galvanic Discharge on this turn. Love that we're maybe not drawing our 3rd land. We'll see. Oh, they played the Flooded Strain there, right? Yeah, okay. Well, they revealed one of their lands to me. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Okay. They didn't attack. Okay. Now what do I do? I think I have to swords this, or yeah, I guess I do just swords it, right? Like I need to use my mana. So the argument for not doing it is like it's a card that I would rather Skyclave if I could ever draw a 3rd land. I'm gonna get formal wear here. Because like I would rather use my sorcery speed threat against the thing that doesn't have haste, right? But I realize I just kind of don't have that liberty here, so. Okay. Yeah. Come on, deck. There's 31 lands in you. And I'm happy with any of them. Literally any of them now. Doesn't even have to be a white source. I would prefer it if it was a white source, but I can live without it. There we go. Sorry, you're right. I should have said 29. There's 29 cards I would be happy to have. Okay, get that out of here. Next turn, I get to... Please just be... Come on, just be cycling. No. It's 4 damage. I would really like to draw a Solitude here, probably. Expedition Map, what's up? Thank you so much for the follow. How's it going? Right on time. Get a Solitude. If they don't draw a creature, can I live? No, because I would have to... I play Recruiter, I Solitude the... Yeah, because they're getting it with 2 damage either way. So I'd have to... There's no way for me to get 2 creatures blocked at once here, so I'm just dead, yeah. Or 3 creatures. It's okay. I did the same thing to Harain a while back. I just, like because he's always in, like, my recommended streams, I just, like, never followed him because he was always right there, and then I was like, "Wait a second, I don't follow you. This is gonna be weird, but I'm gonna click follow now," and he was like, "Wait, what?" 3 recruiters is kind of a lot. Um, this hand is very clunky. Um, I'm gonna try it, but I'm not thrilled about it. It is nice to see Thalia again. We'll see how long she lasts. But I do think she might legitimately at least be good in the current meta that we see right now. I just don't know how long that's gonna last. Guide of Souls. I don't really want them to 3-drop me on their turn 2, so great. I am gonna do this now. I am gonna get a Phantom Blade, and I'm gonna be sad when it gets swords, but at least they're spending their mana not putting a threat into play. You already got her again? No, Eric, no. A whole ass of braid, okay. That works for me. I'll take it. Too late for an Aether Vial. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I was supposed to just path the guide there, but I would rather see what they get off of the Amped Raptor. Esper Sentinel. Now I will path the Guide of Souls. I'm surprised a card like Esper Sentinel is still in their deck post board. Oh. I'm supposed to waste my Surveil land there, but yeah, of course. Come on, deck. Give me lands. I just want lands for, like, almost the rest of the game. Hmm. I'm confused by that no attack. All right, cool. I understand. I guess, yeah, I can't prevent that. They get a card. They get 1 card off this anyway. I forgot about that. But I will at least keep this from getting. I guess my thinking was that, like, okay. I guess I get it now that I've thought about it a bit more, but what do I want to recruit for? Orcish Bowmasters just keeps the board a bit clean. Also, if they find an answer for the Disruptor Flute, then it makes the Staff of the Storyteller not a problem. This is a mountain, right? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get a Bowmasters. It's a cheap spell, on the cheaper end of things at least. So yeah, gross. Okay, I guess I had to get a Solitude. Yeah, this hand pretty much is dying in the exact way that I was afraid that it could have. Um, I don't have Wrath of the Skies in my deck, so I don't think I can really get out of this. Hi Thalia, you're not helpful. Yeah. All right, I'm cooked. Yeah, I just shouldn't have kept that. Yep, this hand looks pretty solid all around. My opponent's mulling to 5, and I don't know if that means that I win or I'm dead. Got it. Understood. Let's maybe we top deck a Containment Priest right now. We got one of those in our deck. Nope. Bowmaster's isn't too bad though. If they reanimate Grizzlebrand and then draw 7, they're dead. So oh, they're afraid. Right on time. I don't need another land. Game's over. They're usually completely cooked to a Containment Priest in game 1, so don't worry about this Vial on 2 I'm not using with this Bowmaster. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Yeah, exactly. All the white 2-drops suck. You're fine. Just kidding. You're dead. Game's over. Yep, cool. All right. In very normal black red reanimator fashion. All right, what's next? um get rid of these. Right, I usually board out like a plains here, although I probably want to board out a back street. I don't need two formal wares. I probably don't. Do I want Phantom Blade? Probably not. Um, I don't think Cabal Therapy is bad, but I think my other interaction in the matchup is better, other than maybe Bowmasters. Bowmasters is only really good if my opponent puts Grizzlebrand specifically into play. No, Chylith. I will not be doing that. Nice try though. Right, I don't have moms to board out. That's why it's trickier than it used to be. All right, we're gonna roll with it. No, look. I appreciate the bit, but I will not be doing it. I would probably think about this, but still mulligan it if I had an untapped black source. As is. Goodbye. No. This hand probably dies, but might just be priced into keeping at 5. I do have ley lines I can mulligan too, obviously, but I think if I just keep these 5, I guess I probably keep Windswept Teeth over the Plains. But I think if I keep these 5 cards, there's a chance. Not a good chance, but there is a chance. Fuck you. Fuck you. No. Ashen Rider. It's been a while since I've seen an Exhume on this deck. I'm cool with this. Graph Digger's Cage? No. That's not bad though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is definitely looking like a black red reanimator deck from like 2018 because it has Chancellors in it too. Yeah, you can Thoughtseize me. Come on. Come on, give me second lands, please. All right, we might be cooked, chat. We'll see. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is really not over. Now I would like the second Surveil land in my deck, annoyingly, but come on, come on. We have one more draw step to find it. I guess we need to draw a third land or a Solitude. Either of those are fine. Or Swords. Or Path. Because there's a lot of hits. Cool. This is enough for me to cast Stoneforge, pay for Chancellor, get a... Did I keep Phantom Blade in my deck, actually? I think I did in the end. I didn't. Shit. I boarded out the blade. Immediately punished for boarding it out. Okay. It says flying, right? Yeah. So I need... Now I just need a removal spell. Oh, okay. Well... Yeah, this is like so much of their deck to have not seen like a... Got it. Okay. Okay. All right. We can go back. Okay. I guess if they're playing Children of Corliss, that honestly makes the Phantom Blade worse. I was just in a really messed up spot to need the Phantom Blade. And I'm more solidly on keeping a Disruptor Flute, knowing that like they're basically on Grizzlebrain, nothing else. So yeah, I'm just gonna resubmit. I am trying Thalia again. We will see if she is good. I will make no promises. This hand could not be more frustrating, but I'm supposed to keep it, right? I'm just playing the second cage. I'm just playing the second cage. I'll play Stoneforge next turn. Yeah, like, why couldn't any of these just been a white fetch? Okay, Ashen Rider again. I guess I was maybe actually only supposed to cast one cage because of Serenity. I'm realizing that now. Mm. I'm playing Thalia or Stone. I think I'm playing Stoneforge. Yeah, I'm getting Sash now. Yeah, my opponent is definitely just playing a 2018 Reanimator list. Which I forgot played Serenity. That's what the white mana is for, and that's why I should not have cast the second cage. I should have just cast Stoneforge, because then on this turn I would just be able to hold up Sash. But I can't do that because I goofed. Because I forgot what playing against this deck was like. You got it. They looted away a fetch land and a dark ritual, so that's pretty good for me. I actually... Maybe I'm supposed to hold up Sash here, but I don't know. I think there's some value in just actually racing them here. Now they're looting, okay. Reverent Silence and Faithless Looting. You know, our lands are getting exiled by Ashen Rider. They are, in a sense. All right. Now I can just kill this Ashen Rider and hold up Sash, and I'll put in Cauldra on their end step, probably. Though if I do Cauldra them now, then they're just dead next turn. But I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to hold up the Sash mana now that I am not as pressed to get rid of or to grace them, so... All right, because they're gaining 5 anyway, so I'm just wrong about that anyway. 1 mana or 1 damage here isn't likely to matter. But I guess it's also probably free. Oh yeah, we would, right, because they took they took 8 off of bringing that back. Yeah, that's true. You got it. Chancellor and another Reverend Silence. Oop, I clicked the wrong one. Actually, this might be better clock anyway. So never mind. I clicked the right one. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can put them to 2. In that case, I'll just play the Deafening Silence too. Cool. Didn't lose to 2018 Reanimator. Phew. Yeah, the reference. So funny Reverend Silence story. I learned I was playing a joke league with ley lines back when there was like an all access pass or something. I hate the mana in this hand, but I think everything else is good enough. And I learned a really funny interaction playing against a reanimator player. Turn on Wasteland, huh? It turns out that I was at lands. Yeah, looks like it. It turns out that your opponent can't play a reverent silence if there's a ley line of punishment out. That is a collection of lands to mill over and needle on my vial. I'm surprised they're not wastelanding me. Yeah, just cast the needle off the diamond and then waste me, right? I guess. Well, my deck is definitely not right now built to beat lands. So, of course, another stupid Thalia. Um, of course, they just draw their main deck needle into my hand that is extremely wastelandable. I'm mostly only staying in this game because they don't have an exploration. So, like, wait. That must have been a mistake, right? Okay. They only got Dark Depths back. I'm supposed to just waste this Lush Portico and see what happens. The odds of that going well for me are like so low, but what else am I doing? Yeah, I'm going for it. What other path to victory do I have right now, right? They didn't dredge loam. Fuck. What a lands to have in their hand too. What are they doing? Well, I think if my hand wasn't, like, as impossibly bad against theirs as this one, I feel like I have a good shot here. I just wish I had White Orchid Phantom in my deck. Yeah, I'm over it. Um, yeah, my deck is very poorly built against lands right now. Um, there are truly so many cards I want to get rid of. Um, I think I would rather have paths than any of these. Maybe they have Sylvan Library, who knows? I can't really see anything else I could change. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try it. It has the right cards to us in a certain sense, so I'm gonna Surveil on turn 1 almost certainly. Yeah. I guess I'm not surveilling. I would have cast that on turn 1, but not on turn 2. Would love for that exploration to not be in play right now. Uh, Crop Partition in hands. Yeah. Getting rid of the Wasteland. Could be for Yavimaya, could be for Stage. I would probably get Stage if I were them. Portico. Okay. Dark Depths, and another Besagio. This could be worse. This could be a lot worse. Fuck you. Are you kidding me? Stop. No way. They literally ripped Maze off the top. This match was never for me to win. Just have to check for a pulse. Wow, this match is getting me heated. This is unreal. Okay. I maybe should have fetched in case they got a Pithing Needle, but it seems like Expedition Map is the much more likely card that they get here. They've already played a Dark Depths, so I know Dark Depths besage you something else. A Legend ruling that besage you to activate map, maybe to cast Loam to activate map. Okay. get a Yavimaya. That makes sense. They still don't have a stage, thankfully. So I have that going for me. Flute on Maze. Probably the best thing I got going on now. Can Flute on Maze. I can also learn one of the constructs, so that my Stoneforge can attack too. Or I can hold up Sash. I guess I'm probably holding up Sash because Loam would blow everything up. Yeah. So we'll keep this on top. Go ahead and slam this Flute into play. Name Mazavith. Saga from hand. Okay, I'd rather kill that with Lorn than a construct, that's for sure. And a wasteland. That's fine, actually. Let's get the Besiju out of here. Are they gonna wasteland me now? They don't. That's really nice. That is a good one. I'm going to start by doing this so that I can kill the Urza Saga. They are ghost quartering their own Urza Saga. Okay. Yeah. That resolves. Okay. Yep. Fair depths it is. Oh, I shouldn't have offered this block. No, that was silly. I'll get rid of the sagas from their yard, though. Yeah, sure. Okay. All right, let's have things go a little bit more normal this time. This hand has Vile. It doesn't have a whole lot else I'm interested in. If I could board out Thoughtseize on the draw, I would. But again, my current list is just not built for this matchup. I was thinking of putting Wrath of those guys in my deck, over something. I don't know what. It'd probably be like a Cage and a Deafening Silence, maybe. That would be really good here if I had it, but I don't, unfortunately. I don't think Flute is a must-have. It's very versatile right now. Um, and paying an extra mana over Needle for that versatility is currently, at least right now, pretty worth it. My opponent's going to 6. This hand really feels like Vile and nothing else. I think I can find a better 6. This hand looks pretty nice. I'm gonna put the... It's one of the removal spells. Which is it gonna be? They're both mostly dead. I guess I keep Swords probably because it just doesn't cost an extra card, pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with 2 flutes right now, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So turn 2 exploration. Yuck. Do I want to surveil here? No, I think I have a good opportunity here to just ride off 3 basics for a while, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't really have an answer for this Urza Saga, so the next best thing that I can do is get a Cauldron. No, they are playing the whites. I guess we saw the Lush Portico earlier. I should have realized, but still a bummer. Right on time. I'm gonna pass. Hopefully. Oh, I should. I might be punished for not having gotten the swamp earlier because I would really like to Bowmaster this construct right now, and I think that I have to. But if my opponent is about to stage the saga, then I would really like to be able to dig for my 4th land to cast the Witch Enchanter. But I think I've kind of priced myself into doing this, unfortunately. I guess what I could do is wait to see if they make a construct or if they stage the saga. Because it looks like they're not staging the saga, which makes things easier for me. Also Needle, true. Okay. Do I want to Witch Enchanter the Exploration? It's either that or I wait for if they're like getting another saga off of this map is the real question. I could spend this turn just putting Yorion in my hand and delaying the decision. And I think that is what I'm going to do. We're on the same page, chat. Alaman123, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Hell yeah, thank you. Welcome to the squad. I think I've called it the D team before. Dark Depths is here. Lush Portico is being. There's another exploration. Okay. Another swords. Okay. They have to have spells in their hand, right? Because they've missed land drops off of his exploration before. They didn't this turn, but they have missed them before. So I feel like there's like a crop rotation or something hanging out there. And I'm not really using this mana on anything else. So I think I want to start with a Thoughtseize. Resolves. I'm gonna laugh if they get like a Sajiri step here. Because this is not the time to be okay, they just got a saga. Okay. Another exploration. Okay. So that saga is not good news, but this also could be a lot worse. Because they're gonna make one construct and then I witch enchanter it. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Cool. Yeah. Probably should have attacked there, but I'm not going to complain. Bear with 2 guns. Thank you for the follow. How's it going? Okay. I assume they are going to attack me here. But I guess if they attack me, it just kind of goes really badly for them. But I also don't know how they win if they don't attack. So yeah, because I am just going to wisp one of the constructs and then get to business. Got a lot of life to get through, but we will get there. Yeah, cool. It's pretty good. Pretty good Yorion here. I want to put on the pressure. Obviously, they can bounce the Yorion, but I like that I'm gonna wisp my Bowmaster the Construct, Witch Enchanter the Exploration. And Witch Enchantering the Exploration now will really limit how scary a Life from the Loam off the top can be. And the extra Bowmaster trigger is just for clock, nothing special. All right. Here we go. The time for Skyclave is long gone. However, I will cast this Cauldron. Dismember on the Cauldron? Sure. Cool. Doesn't matter how badly my deck is built against lands, I'll win anyway. Hell yeah. I believe one of my dogs needs help, so I will be right back. I am back. Time to hop back in. Big Al, thank you so much for the follow. How's it going? Somewhat awkward opener, but probably going to keep it. Yeah, we'll keep it. Excuse me. Misty Island Ponder. Never heard of it. I don't really want another lands. Man, this curve is going to be so weird. Lure and reveal this cycle. Okay, that should at least give us an idea of what we're playing against. Tropical Islands. Okay. Is it beans, maybe? This feels like beans to me. I'm going for it. Huh? Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling this town ain't big enough. Might be. I've seen this town with storm. Storm chase. Oh, with Nadu. Interesting. Okay. There's something especially frustrating about the Cabal therapy bug. Come on. You just always name Brainstorm if they haven't cast one yet. I feel like that there's a difference between most likely to take a card versus more likely to take a card that I actually care about. Because I don't really care about them being able to cast a Brainstorm in the abstract. But if they get to cast it up the beanstalk on their turn 3, then that's a much harder game for me to play than if this Cabal therapy misses. I'm gonna recruiter to use up my mana effectively. I'm probably gonna get a Lauren for the beanstalk. Yeah, I am. And then I think I'm gonna cash in this therapy. I'm either taking Brainstorm or this town ain't big enough. I think I'm gonna take this town ain't big enough. Actually, is this it's an instant? Yeah, because if they just hold up their mana, which it looks like they're going to, then Lauren on the Beanstalk doesn't even work. They just bounce my Lauren and the Beanstalk. So yeah, I'm getting rid of that. Of course, they have a Force of Will. Hopefully, I can draw another land, and I can Thought Seize the Force, and then take the Lauren, or then cast the Lauren. I have not considered the tilt value. That's fair. So they have Volk and Misty in their hand in addition. What was this? Hoot hoot. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go Thoughtseize Thalia here. Maybe Thoughtseize Bow. I guess I can't go Thoughtseize Bowmasters, so I'm gonna go with Thoughtseize Thalia. Yeah. This Thalia actually works out pretty well because they can't bolt it, and then they also can't Lorien Revealed on their turn. So they have other stuff they can do, certainly, but Ledger Shredder. Ledger Shredder Bolt. Okay. Gonna discard Uro because you're so smart. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go, Lauren. They're probably gonna brainstorm in response, and I'm gonna wish that I could cast a Bowmaster here, but we just haven't drawn enough lands for that. When they cast the brainstorm, though, I'm probably going to sword something. Probably the Ledger Shredder. Yeah. All right, they get to connive. Probably supposed to wait till their upkeep. It's turn 5 and there are 35 cards or there are like 25 cards into the deck. Okay. The beanstalk is gone, and that's the important part. Okay. Here's a Murktide. Ponder after Murktide. Interesting. Good morning, Rella. Gross. There goes my blacks. Never mind. All right. Do you have Force of Will? All right. They did. Okay, yeah, they exiled the loam at some point. Yeah, Deathrite did not, in fact, get unbanned. Don't worry. This had double bolt. Just drew all 4 bolts. All right, cool. All right, so bringing in paths, and that's probably it. Just cut Containment Priest. Maybe a Flicker Wisp. That's probably it. I definitely do not want Leyline against a deck like this. It's like it's a card that is extremely bad if it's not in my opening hands, and the game is going to go long, so I'm a lot more likely to draw a Leyline that I die to because it's a dead card than I am to have it in my opener. They also probably have Brazen Borrower, so they can answer it pretty trivially. But I think I just want the extra removal, and then we'll move on from there. Can I have a hand that works? Okay, I got one. I will put back the Caracas. Yeah, we saw a Wasteland, so. Who would have guessed? It feels so weird to see a Ledger Shredder cast off of Island Forest. That just looks wrong. I don't want to cast Bowmaster into this because then they can just force it. Yeah. Great. All right, cool. Oh yeah, it feels weird to see a cast at all, but especially off of a forest just feels wrong. I don't know. Okay. Are they hooting? They're hooting. Okay. I think I have to end step Bowmasters here. They have force, but I think I just have to make them use it while they're tapped out. Okay. Oh. It's like the opposite of last game. Just only lands, no action. Maybe I was supposed to wasteland the Thundering Falls. Feels a little bit greedy though. Goodbye. I'm good. That's not bad, actually. I gotta be careful with my life total here, though. Take the force, I guess. Yeah, I have to cast Yorion next turn. Yeah, feeling very good about not wastelanding for sure. Can I draw a Solitude or something? That would be nice. Ponder. Okay. All right, they shuffled. I'm glad to see that. They can crack the clue to flip Tamio now if they want to, yeah. That'll do it. Puts the Tamio to 1, but I mean, Tamio at 1 is still a lot more manageable than a Tamio at any other number other than 0, I guess. Or Planeswalker, yeah, for real. You should be able to Phantom Blade Jace. That shouldn't be a controversial take. Okay. Chainsaw not hitting Planeswalkers really feels like it feels like it's like I think we have a pretty well-founded conspiracy that like they only make concessions about how powerful a card can be when it could go into death and taxes. And Chainsaw not hitting Planeswalkers really feels like that to me. So they played Scalding Tarn, put Scalding Tarn back in their hand. So the loam is what they cast. So it's Volk Islands, Scalding Tarn, something else. Okay. They basically ramped me into Culture Complete. Oh, I do get let them get to cast this Brainstorm finally. Maybe that was a mistake, but because I can just kill the Tamio next turn. Yeah, I shouldn't. I just should have let that go, or at least wastelanded this before I did it. I assume they're gonna mill loam to quote unquote shuffle their deck, flip 2 lands and null rod. All right. Volcanic Island was not one of the lands they milled, so that's still in their hand. So it's Volk, Loam, 2 other cards. All right, they're desperate. Yes, yes. No, don't. No. Fuck. Okay. Again, yes. They at least hadn't cast any lightning bolts yet that game. Game 1, it was kind of dumb that it was just like, "Oh, yeah, I've already cast 2 bolts. Here's the last 2, you're dead." But, like, I don't wanna play against Moon Stompy to end it. Stop with the one-landers. I guess I'm keeping this. I don't know. Chalice, Cabal Therapy is dead anyway? Alright, cool. No, not like this. That was the card I was gonna name with my Cabal Therapy. Could be worse. Really could be a worse card. Yeah, that's about what I figured. Oh, Solitude's a really good draw. Maybe I was actually supposed to unlock my swords. No, because I'm gonna switch it to Solitude. Never mind. That's dumb. Can you stop? I hate playing against Moon Stompy now. It's really the worst. It's just the worst. Um, so we have to Solitude the Reflection. I guess I don't even know. I'm gonna do this. And then I have to decide whether I'm controlling One Ring by sky cleaving it next turn or with a Bowmasters. And I think I just have to sky cleave it again, so. Okay, I don't care about that really, thankfully. I'm just so sick of this matchup being how it is now. Yeah, okay. Let's bring in Paths and Disruptor Flutes and the Containment Priests. Board out Therapies, board out Bowmasters. That'll have to do. Another hand like this, huh? I definitely have to keep this. I think I'm putting back the Witch Enchanter. Oh. I don't really want to put Blade back because I should have played the Windswept Teeth here, but because I'm just gonna get a formal wear with Stoneforge. And the formal wear just kind of covers me on all axes. It's a very interesting Moon Stompy hand. Well, I think I'm gonna do that over formal wear this time. I don't really care about Blood Moon. I just gotta take the One Ring. I guess because I could cast Blood Moon, I have to play the fetch here instead of playing my Surveil lands, but that's okay. I just want to make sure I have double white to cast this Skyclave later. It is a little bit tempting, but it's not that tempting. It's a 3/4. So yeah, I'm just gonna get Cauldron now. Other lands. Evoke Fury. You got it. Deal. I was supposed to play Thalia first. Oh well. Doesn't really matter. I just want to get Cauldron in play as soon as I can. They can only cycle one card with the Fable. It doesn't really matter. And I can attack as they can. I have 2 blockers for the Shaman, so. Yeah, okay. Sure. I guess the Broadside can only attack on its own, right? Don't even attack. Okay, even better. Cool, they're over it. I will take that. Unfortunately, that kind of game is hard to replicate because it is very dependent on my opponent keeping a bad hand. I think they mold the 6 too, I'm pretty sure, so. Can I have a Swords to Plowshares? This is not a Swords to Plowshares. Is this close enough? It's at least got a basic planes in it and a formal wear again. I think I keep this. Also mulling to 6 again. Cool. Do I Wastelands? Let's see what I draw. Yeah, I'm going to Wasteland. I should have played the Vista there. That was bad. If a Blood Moon gets played here, I can live with it, but I should have played the Vista. Just wondering. It's Pyroglyph. I can live with the Pyroglyph. That's fine. You shock me. You got it. All right, just gonna formal wear again. I guess I already. No, sorry, I forgot I already had one. I should have gotten a blade with that. I was just so excited to get it. I forgot I already had one. Another Chrome Mox. This is Fury then. Okay. Oh, we can live with this. We can live with this. I need some more white mana. And that is not white mana. But I'll go ahead and do this. We can take a couple hits. Deal. White mana? Cool. I think in that case, it's just going to be upkeep path and then trade with the Spirit Guide with Bowmasters. I guess it's supposed to be a draw step in case they draw the mountain. No reason to do it upkeep specifically. I can live with that. I can live with that. What do I actually... I think I'm supposed to just do that and then trade here. Just take one. The Bowmaster in play would be valuable if they top take a 1 ring. But I have things I can do. So I'm going to Stoneforge for... Yeah, this has got to be for Cauldron here. I would really like to not draw another 3-drop, please. I'm good on 3 drops. guess technically. Um, could have a Dead Gone is probably the biggest punish to casting Cauldron here. Um, I think I'm fine spending this turn recruiting for a Skyclave just so I have an immediate answer for a One Ring. Just to be safe. But now I just want to draw lands. Rest of the game, lands. My opponent, GG's in chat. All right, hell yeah. All right, we got a 3-2 with a lost. What even were the losses now that I've forgotten? Right, it was that rug deck and what was this? I've already forgotten. It was a basic island deck, wasn't it? Well, anyway, I don't remember what it was. Takeaways, however small they may be. We had a couple of decent Thalia matchups. These Grafdigger's Cages did come into play against Black-Red Reanimator. Though they didn't come in against anything else. Definitely could see one of these potentially being a Wrath of the Skies, which would have been good against lands. It's good against like the Painter. There's a decent number of Saga decks around there right now. The main deck Containment Priest did come up against Reanimator, which was very funny. We did get to sort of steal a game 1 win. Felt like they didn't have a great start anyway, but what else? The therapies were okay. I wanted them in most of my matchups. Definitely, the lands was definitely where I felt like my deck was just like not constructed right. But I also just don't really know if lands is gonna be a thing. We'll see. If it does, then I can make adjustments. But it'll always be a little bit tough though, because like as long as Oops exists and Surgical and Fairy are non-cards, I can't really not play ley lines, and it's hard to find room for Surgicals on top of the ley lines. Especially when it's like for lands and basically nothing else. It does feel pretty copium to me too. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I did win with my deck very not built to beat lands, so I'm not going to worry about it too much, but something to look out for, I suppose. I didn't play any of the matchups that I really came in expecting to fight. I would really like to see how this build does against the Show and Tell deck in particular. But I don't want to elaborate too much more because I have to get up early in the morning. So I should really just get to bed. So with that said, thank you everybody for hanging out and watching the stream. As always, I really appreciate your viewership, hanging out and having a good time watching me play with some bad white creatures, as people like to call it. I stream every Thursday and Sunday around 8:30 Eastern. Always some flavor of D&T. I'm going to be doing at least some number of experiments while we figure out what the meta looks like Now that Myco Spawn and Troll of Khazad-dûm are gone, but in the meantime, I'm going to send you over to our good friend Horain, who is playing Stifle Knot as always. Please tell him Torpor Orb is a bad card and that he should cut it. And